Alright guys, it's York Gliscors here, bringing you the Week 10 matchup against Jazz and his Bristol City Banettes. Now, I was recording live again, and it did it again. I was recording halfway through, and I didn't even press any buttons. I was just clicking with my mouse, and it just stopped recording. So, I do apologize that it wasn't live, but I did just do the match, so it's all fresh in my head of what went through my brain, and why I made some of the plays that I did. So anyways, as we do see, he did bring Heatran and a little Muck like we expected. He did bring the Mega Latios, which we do have checks for. He did bring Togekiss, which could flinch us down if it is Scarfed. Ditto, because of the crazy amount of setup suitors we have, and Decidueye for Defog if none of the other two Defoggers on his team have Defog. Now, another thing that I do not see is the Sulk. Thank the Lord he did not bring it, because that thing two-shot my entire team. And also he did not bring the Necrozma that completely clean swept my team with Iron Defense and Calm Mind. So there were two big things that I did not want to see, and I'm so glad he did not bring them. We're just going to hop right into it. So, noticing he has nothing for Zygarde. Heatran dies to Zygarde. Latios, Togekiss is two-shotted. Muck here is one-shotted unless it's max defense bold. And Decidueye is two-shotted. So, we're going to lead it off. He goes into Ditto, and that thing is not living a banded 1,000 arrows at all. That thing drops, and we get rid of the... We do get rid of the Ditto as soon as the battle starts. That's always a plus. Anyways, we'll continue the battle. He does go into Latios, and I am extremely scared of an Ice Beam or anything. I'm going to go out into Spoopy Plant, and I know Spoopy Plant does not have a good special defense, but I knew Ice Beam was coming, and nothing could take it outside of Manaphy, and Manaphy was slower than it, so there was nothing I could do. Anyways, he is going to Ice Beam, and we do not take that well at all, but it's okay. We didn't really need Spoopy Plant for anything. We do Shadow Sneak, and it does 34. Then he decides to sub, and we can Shadow Sneak again to break the sub. He has to kill us in order to keep the sub up, or to just get rid of us, because there was nothing we could do. Anyways, 1,000 arrows to 61 to 73 to Latios. So we're going to go right into it and threaten him out with a 1,000 arrows. He goes hard into Togekiss, which unfortunately is not a counter. That is easily to a KO'd. But I do switch out, fearing the like Scarf Dazzling Gleam, Scarfed HP Ice, anything that could potentially kill my Wincon. I didn't want to go into, but he ends up going for the Dazzling Gleam, so here I'm thinking he's Scarfed. We do U-turn out because I don't have anything to touch Togekiss on Crobat. I do go into Hitmontop just to scout out what he wants to go for. He is going to Roost, showing that he's not Scarfed at all, and he's probably more of a defensive set. He does Air Slash, which does about 40. I didn't calc how much damage that really did. We do unfortunately flinch, so we couldn't hit him with a Stone Edge. He does. I do go into Crobat to take the hit. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to really take an Air Slash. We do Roost off the damage. Gauge what he wants to go for, if he wants to switch out or anything. He does go for another Air Slash. We U-turn out now, and I believe we go into Manaphy to take the Air Slash and apply immediate pressure. We do Ice Beam this thing, and that's definitely defensive. He does Baton Pass out, and he is in range of 1,000 arrows. He goes into Decidueye, who cannot take a Ice Beam, and also it did carry that minus 0.67 times attack from the Intimidate, so he was -1, so a -1 Leaf Blade could not kill me. So he did have to switch out into his Assault Vest Muck, who only takes about 20%. We are going to go into Hitmontop as our designated counter for this thing. Gets the Intimidate off. Knockoff only does 15. And we don't really need the Assault Vest for anything other than Togekiss. He is going to go out into Decidueye, which we do hit with a Stone Edge, predicting the Togekiss. It only does about 37. Then we Sucker Punch it, does about 35. And he does pick us off with a Leaf Blade. So we have lost 2 Mons already. But we do know now that Zygarde can come in, click, and it pretty much cleans here. It kills Heatran from full, kills Latios from 40, kills Togekiss from 40, kills Alola from 80, and kills Decidueye from here. But I did switch out because I did not know if this thing was Scarfed, only showing Leaf Blade, and I did not want to take a heavy Leaf Blade at all. He does go for the sucker punch to try to get some chip damage. I am going to U-turn out here to rack up even more damage on the Decidui. And we do go hard into Volcarona. I do click HP here. He probably thought it was HP. I don't know. I don't know what HP it could have been that a Decidui resisted. I don't know if he noticed that it was resist, but he goes into Heatran, which we end up hitting it with a HP ground, which is going to put it down to 6%, as he goes for the eruption, which does nothing because he's at 6% and in the red. I guess he was hoping that I'd switch out into Crobat and get hit with a huge eruption. Definitely good prep on his part if I didn't have anything for Heatran. It was probably Scarf Eruption, Bully, or Scarf Volcarona, which completely ignores the Scarf on Heatran. We are going to switch out, assuming him to go into 2 of his Levitating or Flying Mons. He does go into Latios like we predicted, so I had no point to try to roost in front of this thing. I am going to click U-turn as he goes right back out into Heatran, which now we can go right back into Volcarona and click Bug Buzz to kill this thing and apply pressure to everything that isn't Togekiss. We are going to get rid of the Heatran, which is always a plus because Heatran can be extremely annoying. He does go into the Togekiss. I already knew it wasn't Scarf, but I knew we couldn't kill it with a Bug Buzz. He is going to roost off all the damage. As we do roost up here, just to see what he wants to do. Had really nothing else to do. I mean, we're in a good spot right now. All I have to do is roost and get in Manaphy to apply pressure. Zygarde can easily win the game as long as this thing is at less than 50. We are going to U-turn now. Didn't really want to stall out a whole bunch of air slashes like I could have. Going to go into Manaphy, who's now only has 3 Ice Beams or 3 attacks left. He is going to go into Muck to eat that hit. It only does 20. As we are onto our last stages. I know he's going to go for a Shadow Sneak here, so I'm going to go hard into Crobat. Take the Shadow Sneak. I know we can't get poisoned because we are a poison type. Now he is going to... I'm going to Roost. He's going to knock off and get rid of our Black Sled Recovery. It does about half, so I would assume that he does have some attack investment, unless it's just that incredibly strong. He is going to start to Pursuit Trap us, so we can't U-turn out, which it would have been better to get a to U-turn out. Here, let me pause this real quick. It would have been better to U-turn out and he pursuits me so I could get in Zygarde for free. I did go for the HP ground just to see how much damage it would do. I already knew he was assault vested, but it was just something to get extra damage off because, I don't know, maybe he was like incredibly defensive and I couldn't kill it with Volcarona or something that I end up getting in. We are going to Roost off here, just to see what he wants to go for. I could have U-turned there and to get in Zygarde for free. He does switch out now, as this is actually the turn we go for U-turn. So we do catch the Latios and switch in, and now we can go into Volcarona. I was going to go into Zygarde, but I didn't really trust it. We're going to go for the Fire Dance, hope to get a stat boost, as we don't. He is going to go into Togekiss, which we do land the Fiery Dance, well, so it's 100% accurate. We do get the special attack raise, and he predicts something else to come in and goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Now at +1, we can KO it with Fiery Dance. He does switch out into Muck, which probably wasn't the play because he could have killed with Air Slash. But we are going to Fiery Dance, unless he couldn't kill with Air Slash. But we are going to get ×2 special attack, and it should do anywhere between 59 to 61 or 59 to like 59 to 65. We do get absolute min roll, and he lives at 0.01 HP. And now all you have to do is go into Zygarde and click Extreme Speed, and we pick up the kill. And right now, we are pretty much fine. Like we just have to pray that the Minnesota Monfernos or whoever is replacing Coach Flame Horizon is unable to win any of their games from here on out, which means we have to beat them next week. And if we do so, we do make wildcard spot. So that's actually pretty interesting to think about, because we went from going not getting a win till like week 5 to now we are actually on a little bit of a winning streak, and we are currently 3-7 as of week 10. It's not possible to finish. It's not possible to finish positive, but we can always finish close to the top pretty much next week is the guarantee if we do make playoffs or not. If he does win this week against Willie, which I'm not sure if it's a forfeit win because we can't find a coach right now, or if it's I don't know what's going on with the situation. I'm not gonna pretend like I do know. So it all comes down to that. Pretty much, if he wins to this week today, then we're done. And we can just goof off the rest of the time, run like, I don't know, Special Zygarde again. Except last time we used Special Zygarde to be legit. Anyways, that's all for me. I am done rambling on about potential playoff spots like I have been for the last 3 videos, but you know, I just want to like keep you guys up to date because I know the doc isn't fully accessible unless you go on Discord and go to the document chat and then try to read through all the stuff. So I just want to get it out to you guys so you would hear it straight from me and not try to go through 100 loops and hurdles just to find out the stats on your own. But yeah, that's all for me. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'm Money Gliscor, the coach of your New York Gliscors, and I'll catch you guys later.